the topic about languages. I like it.
Good. I like talk to fluents.
Yeah.
Okay. We are live streaming our YouTube right now. So, hello guys. Good evening. First, talk about the platform. Talk is a platform that we use to study idioms. In here, we can study different idioms. And today, our immersion is about speaking freely, what fluence really means beyond the words. So, Alvaro said it's about language, it's about fluence, idioms, and I like so much to talk about that too. Okay, I will talk about me, and after that, I want to hear about you too. Okay, guys. So, my name is Isabella, I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Osasco, São Paulo. Uh, I work with research and development, food products, um, back into I had experience in UAT, Phillies and Topies, but now I work with finding chocolates. And I have some hobbies in my free time. I like so much to read, to walking with my dog, meet a new restaurants with my boyfriend. I like to go to the shows of music. Rock music is my favorite time of music too, and I like to be in a natural, local natural like parks and make picnics. Just stay quiet and feel peace in a local that I like. That's it. That's about to me. And you, Álvaro?
Hello, everybody. I'm Álvaro. I'm 31 years old. I live in Minas Gerais, my city called Arcos. I work as a technical support in a virtual telephony, and I hint I can talk to improve my English speaking. And in the future, I also enjoy the Spanish immersions too. I planning. And actually, study French too, but I very beginning in French. I can't really speak, just understand something. And I'm an aspiration. I have an aspiration about idioms. For me, it's very pleasurous to study idioms, and I spend a lot of time on YouTube, having contact through series and on YouTube too, uh, having contact with the idioms that I like to study, and I I guess that's it.
Good, so much good. I want to start to study Spanish too. And you, Viduino, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Iduino. I'm from Luanda, Angola, but I live in Brazil for 10 years. I live in south of Brazil, specifically in Rio Grande do Sul. And my city is 30 minutes to Porto Alegre capital. Um, Currently, I'm working as a software developer in a company in São Paulo. I work remotely. I'm 30 years old and I'm here to improve my English, to maybe to become fluent in English. I believe that it can open doors in my field area. And yes, that is all.
Okay, good. Thank you. Alvaro, do you want to start with the first question?
Okay, question number one. What
Yes.
what does fluent mean to you? It's about speed, confidence, comfort, or something else? I think fluency when you use what do you know in you for yourself. For example, use using what do you know when you can't really speak. Yeah, this including confidence. I agree that include confidence, comfort. Yeah, because if you are fluent, you have a comfort to speaking. You is not stopping every time. And I guess not about mistakes because I think it's normal. I'm fluent in Portuguese and I commit mistakes. And I don't believe that for you be fluent, you must to understand and yeah, understand everything. It's not. I think it's not. It's because um that's yeah. I think is using what do you know and your vocabulary, speaking using your vocabulary, having a fluent. Yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah, I understand you. And I agree with you too. It's not just to language, but using your means to do everything you want and just not to think so much for execution activity
Yeah.
when your body work with your brain.
Yeah,
Yes, you.
if you can to share your ideas and the other people understand you, I think this is fluence.
Yeah, totally agree. And you, doing what you think?
Yes, I'm totally agree. To me, fluency is more about flow than perfection. It's like it's not when you speak fast, but when you're feeling comfortable when you speak, when you can express your thoughts without constantly translating in your head, for example. Uh, I think that fluence includes confidence, as Alvar said, rhythm and body language. Yes. Yeah. Especially when you feel comfortable and confidence to speak. Yeah, it is fluence for me.
Yeah, guys, for me too, I agree with your both. Fluence is when you do something in a automatic, if I can say automatic. For example, language, I speak Portuguese very well because it's my first language and I don't think too much to speak in Portuguese because I speak Portuguese every day, every time. So that's fluence, but fluence is not to language, but do very well and don't think too much for do something that we are good. For example, cooking. If you cook every day, a simple recipe, for example, bake it a cake, for example. You can bake it a cake every day and don't read the recipe and you do it very well. It's a fluence too. You are fluent in bake it a cake, for example. That's it. I agree with you guys. Totally agree. Do you want to answer and read for us the question number two?
Yes. Have you ever felt fluent in something, not just a language? What did that feel like? Yes. Few years ago, when I was presenting my finished work and graduated on university, I needed to speak a I need to become fluent in public speaking. Uh, it didn't happen overnight, but after a lot of practice, I could just stand up and talk naturally, even though the topic was difficult to explain. But I explain it without script or fear. Yes, I feels like my thoughts and words were aligned. Yes, during my presentation. Yes, I mean that the key was the practice or the preparation. Yes, before the presentation. Yeah.
Good, very good example. And you, Álvaro?
Yeah, um, I think I'm fluent in English and Spanish too. And the Spanish is very natural because I don't practice with others speaking in Spanish. And because I think it's very similar to Portuguese. And I studied a lot and be in contact, and like to listen music in Spanish. And this become naturally because I like to speaking to myself, speaking loud, thinking loud in Spanish during many times at my day. I like to do these exercises, my brain to speak in Spanish. And I don't know, but it's becoming naturally, and I think I'm is a way is a fluence in Spanish.
Okay, good example too. Um, and for me, yeah, talk about language. I speak so much better right now than I 1 year ago before. But talking a different topic to be fluent, I can see it in my university when I presentation my work is from the semester and I study for that and have a time for to do that. I'm fluent in the subject for make a presentation for a lot of people in some room. I don't know. And one more example is in my work when I have to make a meeting to talk about my job, new products, a new development products. I'm talking very well about the topic, so I'm fluent in the activities from my job. But yeah, and in Portuguese. And I want to try and study English for talk so much better about the same subject, but in English too. And in the future, in Spanish, who knows? Okay, let's move on to the question number three. Alvaro, do you want to answer?
Okay. When was the last time you felt proud of yourself while speaking in English? Guys, I have a friend, a virtual friend that practices with me English a lot, and we pretend we're doing a podcast during one and a half hour, and we pretend to be some characters. I'm interviewed him, and we talk a lot in English, just in English, and for me it was very good. It's very good this experience speaking in English with him. And in my job, when I arrived a new colleague, we discuss about languages. He tell me that he can to understand, but not is not fluent yet. And I show him my fluency in English, and I started to talk in English with him, and for me it was amazing, amazing. I like to speak in English, and I
Yeah,
show
you're
my
using
skill. Yeah,
show what you're using your the idiom with your colleague in to work and not to pretend to talking, just the time to talk and any just using the language. Good, it's
yeah, and
natural, right?
I felt very proud because it's difficult to learn an idiom and be fluent because it's not everyone. A lot of people start to learn English or another idioms, but never become fluent because the people give up through the way. And for me, that being fluent is very proud about myself. I think we must be proud about ourselves in this point.
Yeah, very good. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
you, Eduino, the question number three.
Um, I have a friend, a Turkish friend, and in the beginning when I knew her, we talked only in English, but I didn't understand more when she said, but actually, I feel so proud because I can understand maybe 80% that she said to me. We can maintain a conversation during more time, expose my thoughts to her. Yes, I feel very proud. It's very cool. Uh, I never thought before that I can to converse to make a conversation with other person only in English. Yeah, it's a good achievement for me.
Okay, good. Congratulations, too. This is special.
Yeah.
Uh, and me, honestly, I feel proud of me every day because, as I said, I know that 1 year before I was so much better than 1 year before. I have so much to learning, to practice, but I'm better day by the day, step by step. And I have a very busy routine. It's so much difficult to put new activities in the day. Some days I don't have time to study, not just language, but study other things that I have to study, to continuous other courses that I do. So it's difficult to study English every day, but I try to put the practice on the language every day in my routine. Just 10 minutes to watching a video in English and learning a new sentence or learning new words, or when I rested watching a new film or series, I want to watch it in English for understanding, for learning, make immersions in a talk and talk, participate to immersions too. And I feel proud of me to study, try to study every day and improving a little bit day by the day. So I can see my progress. I know that I have so much to learn, but I see my progress every day, and I'm so proud for that. So that's it. Every day I'm so proud of that my progress in the idiom. Let's move on to the question number 4. Alfredo, do you want to answer?
Okay. Do four. Do you think perfection four,
Is the
right?
4? Is the 4?
I
Yeah,
think
it's the
I
4,
think yeah.
right? Okay.
Do you think perfection is necessary for fluency, or can they be very different things? I don't think perfections. It's like I said previously. If you are thinking a lot about perfectionism, is is being very difficult for you, and a lot of people gave up. I think because of it, the perfection, because they think that you'll be fluent or you think can you talk in other idiom, you must be very perfection perfection and like the natives, and you never you talking like the natives. It's very difficult. And for example, to arrive in the C2 or C1 or C2 in an idiom is very difficult. And I don't think it's necessary the perfection. Because, for example, in Portuguese, we have some people that don't have a knowledge, but they are fluent. For example, o Zezinho da esquina, por exemplo, uh, he don't study it, and he can't write a poem. He can't write very academic things, but he's fluent because he use what he knows in him favor and can't speaking fluently. but he commit mistakes too. He's not perfect, but he is fluent. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's an example that I like it. I got this example in a podcast for another one, a profession, and I like it too. I like this example.
Yeah, I see you. We are fluent in Portuguese, but we make mistakes. The same form that some people make mistake in English. So the fluency is not being perfect for me, right?
Yeah,
And you, Edwina, what do you think?
Yes, I'm totally agree. In addition to our said, I think that perfection can block fluency. I mean, when you are always overthinking or thinking too much about your performance or perfection, maybe it can block you. You can have a blank in your mind. And otherwise, perfection is like, I mean, being imperfect maybe sounds like more human, more naturally when you make a mistake. Yeah, even native language, speaker language, make a mistake. Yes, it means that fluence is about confidence and clarity, and not about perfection. Yes, you can be fluent and still make mistake. Yes. Uh,
Yeah, I agree with you both. For me, it's the same. The perfect, you have to be perfect in some cases. For example, if you are preparing to make a palestra or a big event, you will practice to make a perfect presentation. But it's just a case in the normal life, in the day, in the routine. It's okay to make mistake, and you can learn it with your mistake. You, if you say something wrong, you will study and learn it with that to say the right sentence, the right word. And the idiom that we use, the idiom to communication. So if you communication the idea that you want to pass to the other person, the language is, I forgot the word, but the language funcionou, right? So for me, it's not to be fluent, it's not to be perfect, but to make communication. For me, it's my the way that I think about that. Okay, let's move on to the question number 5. Do you want to answer the question?
yes, question number 5. What's harder for you, starting a conversation or keep it going? Why? Um, Definitely starting is harder. I feel like I feel some fear in the beginning, but during the conversation, uh, when the conversation starting flowing, I feel more relaxed. When I break the silence and when I say the first words, I become more courage to speak another words. Yes. I often worry about what if I said something wrong? Yes. And I still more preoccupation and what if I they don't understand me. I For example, when I am speaking English, I I my fault is that uh you are understanding me. In my mind, I ask by myself, yeah. Uh, I need to change it's in my mind. I keep translated words in my mind too, but it's more difficult to start even keep going, and during conversation is more ease. Yes.
Yeah, my mind is the same that you are learning, right? So that's that's mindset is common in this time that we are learning and study the idiom. And you, Alfred, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, starting a conversation is harder too, because when you are during the conversation, you being more confident and comfort to speak, you get a I don't I forgot the words raciocínio. You got the raciocínio and you run, but at the beginning, is when you started, is more difficult.
Yeah, guys, for me it's the same. Um, Starting in a conversation is more harder to me because in the keeping the conversation, for me it's more easy because we we just talking about the theme. You are uh already know how to the people talking, how the pronunciation, the so tag for that people, so it's more easy to keep it going and he doing said go to the flow to the conversation. And start a conversation is more difficult because I don't know in the specific cases that I don't know what's the people, I don't know how that people speak the idiom that's so techy. For example, in a talking, I speak with a lot of people from different locals from the Brazil, and in a different local we have a different syntax. So it's very difficult to understand a different syntax, and so starting a conversation if you don't understand what people say, and it's I feel more nervous. But after 10 minutes or after answer and make a question, I then feel more comfortable to the conversation. My brains understand how to the way that people speak the idiom, they use the idiom, and I just keep and go to the flow. So for me, starting a conversation is more harder. Okay, let's move on. Question number 6. Alvaro, do you want to answer?
Yeah. How do fear and confidence show up in your language learning journey? I think the fear, the fears get the things more harder. For example, in French, my journey in French, I have a fear to starting to put out, for example, writing things and speaking. I fear. I need to write some questions about to learn about words that I've learned in French, but I fear to do it. I don't do it yet. But I'm confident in being in contact because every day I've been in contact with French, and it's helped me a lot. My confidence to listening things in French and reading in French. I like to reading, and I'm very confident reading. The input for me is better, and I fear about the outputs in speaking in writing because you need to create. Depends of you. Depends more of your skills, and for me it's very difficult. I very fear, but I need to start it to create the writing in French. I need it. It's different for about the English and Spanish because, for example, English, I have a course with a teacher, and she puts me to create phrases and questions, And this don't happen in French because I studied French by myself, and I don't put me yet to put the to be creative and creating these things. And Spanish is I uh, for me is more easy to create in Spanish. And speaking, I started and writing. I also writing in Spanish is more easy. I'd be very confident in Spanish. I guess because of it, I'd be influenced more fast in Spanish than French.
Okay, Spanish is more simple
Yeah,
because it's the similar to Portuguese, right? But when you start to study the grammar, how to make sentence and write, I think Spanish more harder than English to grammar, to verbs. So it's similar to Portuguese, but yeah, I feel it's more harder when you study
the
grammar.
the past tense, tempos verbais in Spanish is very difficult. In English is easier.
Yeah, I think English is more easy. And
It's more
you
simple.
doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that fear and confidence are um, two sides of the same coin. It's like when I am speaking about something and suddenly uh, I doubt myself. It's like, am I speaking currently? Correctly, it's the fear presence, yeah. But uh, my confidence appear when I speak, even I wasn't perfect. Yes, when I take action, uh, my confidence becomes stronger despite my mistakes. Yes. In summary, I think that to become confident in speaking English, uh, it's not about waiting to feel ready. It's about to take action despite your mistake, despite your afraid or fear to speaking. Only keep going, speaking with mistake. Yeah. Uh, but fears is present sometimes. Yeah, especially when we are speaking about the topic without practice, without preparation, or when we know more about the topic. It's like in another language, even in Portuguese, when we are talking about another topic, when we didn't more knowledge. Yes, we feel maybe fear, afraid. Yeah.
Yeah, when you, for example, make a meeting for working and you don't prepare to the subject that we are presentation in that meeting, I will not feel in confidence to do that. The same in English. Um, and me answer the question. For me, it's the similar as Alvaro said. I feel more confident to speak English because I study English than it was and when I was a child. I started studying English with 11, 12 years old in a school of English, so I know the verb to be, the modal verbs, the part of the grammar, and I, yeah, will grow up and I study English. I know that I so much to learn, but I know more things about English, and I never studied Spanish, for example, so I will not confidence to speaking in Spanish. I have so much fear to start try speak Spanish. I know that in Talk and Talk we have immersions to study and speak Spanish, but I'm here to enter and participate in my routine right now. I'm very busy with work, with university, other courses that I have to do. So I think in this time I don't have time to make a new activity to start to study Spanish, but if I have, I will do, but so much fear to start. In English, I will not so much fear. I'm more comfortable to speak. Yeah, I know that I have so much to improve, but it's more comfortable because I know more English than I know Spanish. So I feel more confidence. Is an example. Is the time that how do you feel about the subject? So you dominate the subject, you will more confident. If not uh you're not to know so much about the subject, you will be afraid about that. That's it. Okay, question number 7. Now, what do you want to answer?
What helps you feel more fluent? Speaking more often, listening more, thinking differently? I guess the both. The both is very important to be fluent. The contact, having contact every single day, listening a lot of music too, and that impacts a lot in your fluence. Every day you having contact, one day you will be fluent. And but the speaking is very necessary to be fluent, because at the beginning you're speaking, you're not as fluent as the at the in the after you practice a lot. At the beginning is everything. I think everything is very difficult, but you need to talking and talking a lot to be fluent. I think the both is important. And reading. I think the four abilities, the four skills is very important. Reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Yeah.
Yes, to the idiom in a different way. Never finish is important. But the best part is the practice every day for not to stop and forgot how to speak the language. And you, Edwin, what do you think?
Yes, I'm with Alvaro. For me, it's a mix of things. Like when I practice more listening, it's helped me to hear natural rhymes and expressions, especially when I'm listening native speaker in the music, on series, on TV. And speaking, I mean, help me to build more confidence. Yes, in my mind, especially. But in my case, the biggest shift come down when I started to thinking in English. Yes, that changed everything. I stopped being translation in my head, and I started feeling like communication, my fluence grow. But as you said, when I stopped to practice English for 2 days, for 2 following days, I feel like I forget everything. Uh, I had more blank when I am speaking. Yes, it's very important to be constantly speaking or practicing English, even reading, even in 5 minutes. It's very important to make a contact with English every day. Yes, only in social media, video on YouTube, wherever, but don't stop it uh, during more time. Yeah.
Yeah, don't stop and make the contact with the idiom every day. For me, it's the same. But answer the question. I think everything is important that Alvaro said, but I see principle in the work, people talking. Oh, I know how to read this so much good in English. I know how to listen so much good in English, but I don't know how to speak so good in English. Just know how to read and listen. It's a lot of people to know reading and listen, but don't know to speak. So that's one of my challenge. It's difficult to speak. Yeah, I know it's difficult to speak. So I concentrate in my studies in the idiom to speak because yeah, I know so much to read and I understand everything that I listen, but speak is very difficult. So in the three subjects, reading, listen, and talking, I concentrate in my studies in talking because that's uh my more difficult to me, and it's a lot of people. And not just that, but I like to read in English too. As Eduino said, it's important that when you think in English and understand the English when you will think. So when you read it, you practice that. So for me, it's so good. I like to study in that way. Yeah, but I concentrate in my study just talking. Talking is so much good for that. I like so much to make
Mhm.
immersions in here and practice that. Okay, let's move on to question number 8. Alvaro, do you want to answer?
Have you ever had a moment where you froze while speaking? What did you learn from it? Yeah, I remember in some years ago, I started, is a era that I understand the English, but I can't speak. But I thought I can't speak, and I tried with gringos in a play, in online game. I played online with some gringos, and I understand what they said, and I thought I can speak, but I know I just speak some words, some separate words, but not the context in general. Uh, just some words. I froze it a lot in this era,
Not make
and
a
yeah,
sentence,
yeah, it's not.
just words.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember. And French because I tried to speak in French, but I can't. I try with myself to speak in French, but I froze. I I don't can't to speak in French yet.
Oh my God, guys, French. I don't know how to say one word in French. I don't know not one word in French. Oh my God,
It's difficult.
it's difficult. And you, Eduino, the question number 8.
Um, yes, very frequently. It's very frequent for me. Sometimes, sometimes, I was explain some topics to my friend about uh, some tradition in my country about traditional marriage. Yes, when the man need to to ask the hand of the woman to the woman family. It's like bot in Brazil in Portuguese, pay a bot. But I didn't the specific words to use in English. I had completely blank in my mind. I felt embarrassed to explain, but the person was so kind, helped me to remember to choose the specific words. It was really cool. Yes. I learned that freezing is part of the process. Even in my native language, I had freezing sometimes. But the conversation, it is what it is. It's like you have a blank, other person can block you, yes, and keep the flow. Yes, it's part of the process of the conversation. It's not about the failure, it's about the feedback. Yes, it's about the learns. Normally, when I fail and other person give me a feedback, I don't forget these words. I remember these words every time. It's good. Yeah. I love about this situation because I never had the situation when I need to explain something. Yes, about this topic. Yeah, it's very good. This situation happen more frequently. Even in this conversation happened before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's normal for me. It's the same. I have frozen a lot times in a simple conversation, but it's normal. We are learning, so it's okay to make mistakes and talking some words or a sentence wrong. We are learning with that. And if you wait to be perfect, to talk it perfect, we'll never talk the idiom. We have to start the how you can do. For example, Alvaro said in French is so very difficult, but he tried to speak some words and sometimes make a sentence. In the English is the same. We have to start and make the step by step, day by day, and improve our English. But yeah, I've frozen so much times, but I'm better than I 1 year ago. I know that I can talking continuous natural conversation right now in the beginning and not talking. I n- I don't I didn't know how to do that, so I'm prepared for two immersion and I feel so much anxious and I study so much and thinking about the that immersion every day for just talking perfect and my mind just think the question and the answer that I will talking. And that's I don't do that anymore. So I just keeping a natural conversation, make mistakes, make frozen at blank, as Edwina said. But yes, I try and improve my English every day, study every day, practice every day for make fluence, right? That's our objective. Okay, guys. That immersion is very good. I like so much to talk in the subject, talk about language, the fluence. And thank you so much for entering.
Yeah. I
I
like
hope
it to
you
speak.
see you in the
Yeah, I also like to talk about languages.
Yeah,
very
thank you
good.
too.
Thank you so much, guys. Hope you see you in the next immersion.